Right, I'm just going to put this out here. I'm a growing man and I'm learning every day. I don't know it all. I know a lot, but I don't know it all. I'm growing every day, I'm learning every day. And sometimes, as human beings, it's normal for us to change our mindset on certain things. So what we thought 2 years ago, we might not think today. You know, what I was on 10, 15 years ago, I'm not on that no more. What I say today, I might change my mind on it in 4 years. So in the past, I've said I would never get married. But of lately, I've started to think a little bit different. I started to think about legacy, you know. I'm not saying 100%, but there is a possibility that I could get married. I'm not saying 100%, there's a possibility I could get married. But if I did, I'll definitely get a prenup. So I'm just going to put that out there for you. If you believed any word of what I fucking said, you're a damn jackass and you don't know me, blood. You ain't been watching me long enough. Do you think I would ever get married? Did you think what I was saying was actually true? Yeah? The part I said about what people, you know, in the future they might be thinking different, or what they said today, they didn't say that 10 years ago. Yeah, that's true. But the marriage thing, if you've been watching me for more than 4 or 5 videos and that, in regards to the relationship types of videos I talk about, you ain't been watching me long enough. You don't understand me, fam. Do you think I'll ever get married? Do you know who marriage is for? See, if you're a man that works at Asda and you have no assets and that, your biggest asset is a wardrobe full of 20, 30 grand worth of clothes and that, then yeah, get married. You ain't got nothing to lose, blood. All you got is your clothes and your Jordans and that. But me, I'm a man with assets. I got estate. I ain't no millionaire property tycoon yet. And I ain't got like streets full of properties that I own. Don't get it twisted. Not right now anyway. But I got estate. I got property here, property there. I'm in the process of completing the next one. I got one in Egypt and that. Do you think I'm going to risk all of that for a human being when I get married to just one day get up and just say, you know what, after 10 years, I don't want to do this no more. I want a divorce. So I don't believe in prenups, you know. Do you know why? Because I never intend to use one. I never intend to get married. I've got too much to lose. And prenups, I've been watching that 90 Day Fiance program as well. And obviously, man's always known about prenups and that. And sometimes the prenup thing, it can, there's like a sneaky kind of vibe that I get from man that try to introduce prenups, especially when man do it right at the end. Like I've heard about it in real life, which I'll get to in a sec. But I've seen on the program 90 Day Fiance, a couple of days before the wedding, a week or two before the wedding, man's trying to sneak in a little prenup there. Blood, you should have made the thing clear from day one. Why are you trying to introduce a prenup thing after you've got the person to come over from wherever they're from to your country? You've slightly locked them in. You've made them make a commitment by leaving all their friends and family and work behind, and that for you to just sneak in a little prenup and that. That's a bit sneaky still. I know a man, one of my former work colleagues and that, big up man like D. He went over to either Spain, no, I think it was like Greece, one of the Greek islands or something like that. My man went over there. Him and a bunch of black people, bunch of us people, not me obviously, but a bunch of black people and that, they all went over to the Greek islands and that for one of their family members to get married. You know, the day or two before the wedding, you know, the groom tried sneaking a prenup and that. On the day of the wedding, the bride didn't turn up, you know. I thought that was kind of fucked. But you know what? I respect her. I respect her. Why are you going to go through with a wedding just because you don't want to spoil waste everyone's money and that? Nah, it's not her fault. It's the guy's fault. He should have outlined his views and, you get me, what he believes in and that. He should have brought that prenup forefront. Not on the fucking day or a couple of days before. Now, what are you doing, bro? Man don't believe in prenups because I will never get married. It's a mug's game. That's it. If you ain't got nothing to lose, fine. You work at Asda, you just drive a lorry, you don't earn much money, cool. You ain't got no assets, cool. You ain't got nothing to lose, get married. Yeah, it might cost you 10, 15, 20 grand. But your assets and that, your net worth ain't going to be slashed in half. Because a lot of men think, oh, and you know what, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but there's no way, yeah? There's no way a man who's a lawyer that earns 100 grand and a woman who's also a lawyer that earns 100 grand. There's no way them two could get together and they get married, they start having youths, and they agree, okay, the woman is going to stay at home and raise the kids for the next 5 years or whatever, right? There's no way that woman is going to be able to give up her career, even for 5 years temporarily, and not have any income, i.e. not having no income and not having no savings. There's no way for 5 years it's going to be allowed for the woman to not earn any money, and then in that time or around about that time that she hasn't been working and she hasn't been saving, the guy can divorce the woman and she just leaves with nothing. That's not fair on a woman. Think about it logically. How would that be fair? So there must be, and I'm sure I heard that prenups, they can get thrown out as well. The woman gets something. So yeah, you might be able to protect certain assets or whatever, yeah, but you're going to still be giving up something. You're going to still lose out when you get married. This is not like a boyfriend and girlfriend thing where you literally just cut ties and keep it moving, blood. There's no way two people could be on a high wage or a low wage, don't matter, but let's just use lawyers on 100 grand. There's no way a man and woman can couple up and get married, and then the woman is not able to earn any money and save any money because obviously she's not working, so she ain't putting nothing in her own bank account. There's no way that the man could just cut ties and kick her to the side after 5 years or within that period of time and she don't get nothing. That's not fair. She's investing her time by staying at home looking after the youth. Now obviously it ain't that much of a hard job, but still, there's no way, man. So the prenup thing, I've heard it from plenty of people. Them things, they get thrown out. Them things, they get thrown out, man. And I know there's probably certain man, you have certain gal that probably don't even like my thing now because man talk about don't get married and that. Because for me, I feel like the marriage thing is manipulation. I feel like women use it to get security. Not because they believe in the white picket fence or because they're religious and that. They want security. They want to know that, boy, if things go bad, then I've got some kind of leverage on that. Or I've got leverage to say, okay, boom, if you used to cheat on me and we get divorced and that, well, at least then I'm walking away with something. See, certain girls, they don't want to hear that. There's certain girls, they watch my content and that, and they probably hate me for my views and that. They probably hate me because I say something like, I remember I said in one of my videos and that, and this is so true in the black community. I don't business what anyone says. You see, black man, when black man propose to a woman, yeah, a lot of men just get engaged just to shut the woman up. I know it's true because there's a few people that I know. Women have been engaged. A man proposed to a woman 10, 15 years ago, blood, and they're still not married. If you're a woman watching this right now, if your man has proposed to you and you haven't been married, you ain't got married, you got engaged 5 years ago, you ain't been married in 5, 10, 15 years, you are never going to get married. Set your fucking watch to it. You will go to your grave with that engagement ring on. No wedding ring, you know. Certain gal, they might hear stuff like that and not like it. Tough. Black man not interested in marrying a woman. They just get down on one knee and put a ring on her finger just to keep her happy. Because what happens is, certain women want the idea of marriage and that. Like, certain women don't really care. Certain women, nah, they need to get married. They have the need and want to get married and that. So they'll start pushing. So first of all, they'll push for, obviously, when a man starts dating a girl, obviously they want a relationship like most normal girls and men and that. But then certain women, they need marriage and that. So they start pushing for marriage and that. They start giving man ultimatum. If you don't get engaged, we don't get engaged by such and such time, it's over. I know women that have done it. I know a man who his woman said to him, if you don't get married to me by December or get engaged to me by December, it's over. So December came and it was over temporarily and they got back together, but then they broke up. But yeah, I know girl. I know this girl out here who probably watch my thing and they probably peed off of my content and that. But it's the truth. They might feel like I'm influencing their man to not get married to them. Like, there's certain individuals, they believe that, I heard this a couple times still, that like if a couple is not married, then when they try to apply for a mortgage and that, the mortgage brokers, mortgage lenders and that won't take them serious. And do you know what? I can understand why someone would think that. You know, if a couple was trying to apply for a mortgage but they're not married, then someone could think, oh, you know, mortgage lenders and mortgage brokers won't take them seriously and that. It's either that or the person is trying to manipulate the other person. Because if they thought about it logically though, brothers buy properties in terms of business, you know, friends buy properties together in terms of business, cousins and that buy properties together in terms of business, mums and their sons, dads and their sons, dads and their daughters buy properties together in terms of business and that. So what's the difference between a man and his woman buying a property together? So more than likely, it's more like to do with like manipulation and that. Trying to put a man in a position where he needs to feel like he needs to get married to. Well, see, women are sneaky. Women are sneaky. Well, they can't be sneaky with me and that. I ain't stupid. I ain't born yesterday and that. I don't even need the fact that my girl is a mortgage broker to verify that that's bullshit. Gal are sneaky out here. So, yeah. I know that certain things that I say, certain man with their gal, they probably don't like, man. I know. I know certain man have gal that don't like, man. Check it. One of my peoples and that, he has a gal that I've never met before. Never met his gal before. Never spoke to her face to face. I know what she looks like, because obviously a man might throw up a picture on WhatsApp or whatever, innit? But I've never met a man's gal before. And he told me, Jay, my girl watches your content, you know. She's watched a lot of videos, like she's subscribed to your channel. You know, I've been to a man's house on 2 occasions, you know. And his girl lives with him. His girl's upstairs. I'm there 30 minutes, an hour and that. Why would you not come downstairs and say, well, go on? Like, the normal human being thing to do is when a stranger comes to the house or whatever, or, I mean, like your boyfriend would have notified you, oh, I'm bringing around my friend for an hour or something, yeah? The normal human being thing to do, if you've never met one of your significant other's boyfriends, and that would be to come downstairs and just introduce yourself and say hello. That's what the normal human being thing would be to do with a total stranger. But the fact that the girl knows who I am, so you've got time to sit down and watch my content for hours, but then you're hiding upstairs on 2 occasions when you could come downstairs to say hello. I know somewhere along the line, that girl there has seen some content and that, and it's pissed her off. To think about it, why would you not come downstairs and introduce yourself to someone that you sit down and you watch? You know more about me than I know about you. But we've never had a face-to-face interaction before. That's kind of weird. Like, deep it. Imagine me watching someone's content. Imagine my little brother knows King Richards. King Richards come to my yard. I'm upstairs in my bedroom and that. I watch King Richards' thing, but I don't come downstairs and say, well, go on to my man. Think about how weird that would be. That means that you're thinking something. You have ulterior motives and that. I've even been to man yards before. And I'm a fucking psychic. Me and my girl talk about this and that. And we slightly say it's kind of creepy how I can read people and that. And I'm not saying I'm a psychic, obviously, because I don't believe in that supernatural nonsense and that. But how I can just like suss things out, or I know things without like having to ask questions or whatever in it. I've even been in people's yards before, and I know that their girl don't like me. I haven't said any or done anything to them, but they might have seen some of my content and that, and it's pissed them off. Like literally, I could be sitting down. I've seen this happen before, innit? I'm sitting down in someone's yard and that, and I've seen in the reflection, like there's a mirror in it, no, patio window, like a door or something in it. I can see in the reflection that the girl is walking around behind me. Now, obviously, I'm sitting down and I've got my back to her, innit? And I can see her on 2-3 occasions walking around the house and that. This girl hasn't said hello to me. She hasn't said, oh, yo, walk on, Jay, whatever, innit? I know she's got a problem with man. She waited until the last moment when she came in the room to say hello to me. Like, man, little things like that. Imagine, like, I'm sitting down in their yard and that. She can see me because I can see her in the reflection and that. She's walking around, doing whatever she's doing and that. But she's not saying hello. Like, when there's guests in my mum's yard, because I don't bring no one to my yard. When there's guests in my mum's yard, I don't wait until I'm face to face with certain guests and that. I might not even see them. I might just shout their name, yo, what go on, whatever. Or I might come through the front door and see one of my mum's guests or one of my stepdad's guests. You're at Uncle Scott, you're at Uncle Stu. Like, I'm not waiting until I enter the kitchen and that. Like, that's how I know that certain people probably they got a problem with, man. With what I say in my content. Literally, like, even like other family members and that. I go to their yard, one of my family members, he's got a daughter. This girl fucking hates my guts. She's never said it. I just know she does. She never would admit it. I just know she does. I remember I went to my cousin's yard. And I ain't seen his daughter for like a year and a half. Maybe 2 years, but a year and a half at least. I'm in the yard for about 4 hours chatting. Any normal human being with any decent hearing can hear that there's a strange voice in the yard. Why would you not come out to investigate? And if you do know who it is, why would you not come downstairs to say, well, go on, like, I'm your family, like, you ain't seen me in a year and a half, but you don't want to come downstairs to say hello? I know she don't like, man. Little stuff like that. Anyone who's around me, be careful, be wary, blood. You don't have to say anything. I know what you're fucking thinking. Literally. But that's weird though. Like, I can forget about the family member and that. I can one of my people's gal not have met me before, but watch my content. I come to the yard and you don't come downstairs and introduce yourself on 2 different occasions. Because someone could argue and say, oh yeah, you know, she might have been busy that one time. But twice? How busy are you that you can't come downstairs and say, well, go on? You don't have to come down and say, oh, watch your content. Oh, you're the greatest YouTuber in the world. No. But just say hello. That's the normal human being thing to do. I know she didn't want to come downstairs. She's probably pissed off with something that she's seen or whatever. When I see man, because you obviously I don't want to say fuck with my ting in it, cause that's people's gal in it. But yeah, you fuck with my ting in terms of you watch my ting. There's no way that if I fuck with someone's ting, if I see them out on road, you get me? I make a man know, yeah. Like, I was at Costco one time. In Chingford, man, doing my local shopping there, here and there, and you know, in Top Boy, you got Jamie's brethren, the big you. I think he's a Tottenham youth still. I went Costco one time. I come out, I'm pushing my trolley. The big you, I see him sitting down, probably waiting for a cab or something. I see him sitting down. I looked at him. He looked away and he looked back at me, and I gave him that nod, and he went. I'm letting him know. I know who you are, man. Fuck with your ting, blood. Yeah? He's a black man a black man. He understands what that means, innit? Yeah? Because certain man, you just look at them and just nod their head because they're just cool. Not no idiot thing, but certain man, they will just nod their head when they look at you or whatever, innit? But the fact that he looked away, looked back, and I gave him that nod, and he knows I know who he is. Yeah. Man, make a man know I know who you are. I fuck with your ting, blood. Yeah, man, like Top Boy and that, innit? So yeah, respect, blood. If I saw someone like King which is on the road, yo, I hail him up. Yeah, man, I can pretend I don't see him. Or a rapper that man listen to. If I saw someone like Young Spray, man, yeah, I know who you are. Or Tiny Boost, put some respect to Tiny Boost's name, blood. Well, go on, fam. Yeah? But if it's like, you get me, I ain't gonna say no one's name, but if I see, like, I've seen someone from Love Island who's from Tottenham, I don't fuck with your ting, blood. So I see you, but I don't business. I ain't gonna, cause I don't fuck with your ting, blood. If I saw someone like, no disrespect, Anthony Joshua, I don't fuck with his ting, blood. I don't rate, yeah? So I'm just gonna keep it moving, blood. But, you know, if I saw like some other boxing legends and that, or whatever, if they were still around, still alive, yeah, man, yeah. It's weird. It's weird. Well, at least you man's gone off the rails a little bit, as I do. But yeah, I don't believe in prenups, said that. I will never get married. I don't need to not believe in prenups. I'll never get married, blood. The wedding thing is all about the women. I remember I used to go to my mum, go back home and that, and on a Friday night, my mum would be watching Say Yes to the Dress. She was going through that phase where she was watching Say Yes to the Dress. And all the women always used to say, and women still say it now, forget about that program, my big day. The whole wedding thing is about the woman, you know. Fuck the man. She don't give a fuck about the groom. Just look good and don't embarrass me. Yeah? She don't give a fuck. She does not care. The bride does not care if the groom is not wearing the suit that he wanted to wear. For some reason, they couldn't make the suit that he wanted, or he couldn't get any size, or he had to get a different color. The bride does not give a damn. All she cares about is, don't make me look bad, don't embarrass me, it's my big day. The wedding thing is all about the woman. Everyone there, you got 100,000 people sitting down waiting for this motherfucker who's late. Trust me, my girl went to a wedding the other day. She said the bride was late. Madness. You got 100,000 people on both sides of the church and down the aisle and that, waiting for this person who's late, if not on time, whatever, and it don't fucking matter. And you get me, the groom's waiting there, and it's all about the woman. Slow music, you get me? She's walking down the aisle slowly, and that, it's all about the woman. Marriage does not serve no purpose to no man. It don't. It don't. Obviously, some people say, oh, having children out of wedlock is bad. Nah. Having children when you're not in a committed relationship, when you're not in a stable relationship, you don't have a stable home, that's bad. But what's marriage really? It's a fucking contract. You're signing paperwork, you're signing documents, blood. How can love be based on, like, that's what I'm saying, the prenup thing is sneaky, the way certain man try to put it, yeah, before we get married, can you sign this piece of paper? Come on, man. Come on, blood. Come on, is this a job interview? Just, you get me, you sign, why do you need to sign legal documents and that? Love is something that you can't, it's not a physical, you get me, yeah? Your love cannot be determined by a signature on a piece of paper, man. Come on, man. But anyway, that's it. I don't believe in prenups because I don't need to, because I'm never fucking getting married. I'm not changing my mind on that. I can guarantee you. Stay away. Done.